When I think about Mike Fishman, I think about servant leadership. And that's what Helen Ross McNabb is about too. And two very quick stories. About 4 years ago, we had a county in West Tennessee heavily damaged by a tornado. Heavy damage in the county, multiple fatalities. I flew there as the Commissioner of Safety to see what I could do to help. And Bill Britton will appreciate this. The county mayor was a female. She met me at the helicopter and she whispered in my ear as we were getting off the helicopter. She said, "David, help me, I'm overwhelmed." And I realized then that I was there to give her hope. A couple years ago, during the Gatlinburg wildfires, Larry Waters, who is the county mayor there, he's the longest serving county mayor in the state, 40 years. I talked to Larry several times that afternoon from Nashville. He was concerned and alarmed by what was happening, obviously. But I talked to him one final time, and he was very exercised, which was very unusual for him. So I called the governor. I said, "Governor, I think it'd be good if you called Larry. I think he needs to hear from you about what state resources that we're deploying." He said, "Well, get him on the phone. We'll just talk to him." So we called him, and during that conversation, he said, "I need both of you to understand something. I'm overwhelmed, and I need your help." Again, it was our job to offer him hope. It doesn't surprise me a bit that Helen Ross McNabb is honoring Mike. I worked very close with Mike for my 16 years as county mayor. I cannot tell you how many times he called me to help people. Times that were never published, that I never spoke of, he never spoke of. But he was constantly about providing people hope. And that's what Helen Ross McNabb is about. When someone presents Jerry to your agency and Debbie, they say, "I'm overwhelmed, help me." So it does not surprise me, my friend, that you're being recognized tonight. Congratulations to you. I've always liked you. I've always enjoyed serving with you and your wonderful family. You graduated with my wife, so I've heard about you for many years. But I appreciate what you meant to me. I appreciate what you've meant to the community. Congratulations.
Mike, you better hope that I stick to my original notes tonight instead of listening to your classmates and childhood friends that gave me a few tips tonight when I came in. But Mike, I hope you are enjoying this very special event tonight and that you realize that you are loved and appreciated by this community. During the almost 45 years since I moved here from Kingsport, it has been a joy to meet and work with you and get to know you. And it's been truly heartwarming to see you become a real player in the very tough game of helping a community progress so that people will want to come here to live and work and play. I have observed your caring, your diligence, and your dedication to the task at hand in most every worthwhile community endeavor here in town. And that includes all the way from your support of the quarterback club at West High when Lucas was playing football, to the presidency of the Kiwanis Club, your leadership of United Way of Hamlin County and of the Morristown Area Chamber of Commerce, and on we could go on. But my favorite reminder of you, is this making you nervous? It's that period of time a few years ago, back in another century, when you and I were both serving on the board of directors of a unique agency downtown known as New Hope Recovery Center. New Hope had been founded by a compassionate lady named Dee Francis, who had previously lost her daughter to drug addiction. Dee was committed till her dying day to set up a program where alcoholics and drug addicts could receive counseling and help through recovery efforts at New Hope. We had a very dedicated board and staff there. We spent long hours struggling to grow that effort, to give hope and help to those people who needed it and who wanted it. So for several years, our annual Evening of Hope fundraiser promoted awareness and raised money to expand New Hope's mission. As the drug problems in Morristown continued to escalate and become a serious health and social issue. Personally, my favorite Evening of Hope events were the ones in those early days at West High, where we were entertained by Leanne Morgan, the hilarious comedian who had moved from Morristown to Knoxville and who happens to be a good friend of Mike's wife, Angie. And those were some hilarious shows, and I'm certain that Mike remembers vividly how Leanne always embarrassed him till his face turned red as a beet, especially with her comments like, "You doll, you." Remember that? Those were the years of hard work that led Mike to spearhead the exploration of a partnership with Helen Ross McNabb. Jerry and his troops came to visit from Knoxville. They came in force, and after many meetings and a lot of prayers, here we are tonight, so blessed to be a viable part of the Helen Ross McNabb mission and the distinctive resource that they have become in our community. Those are the days that I remember so fondly, with folks like you, Mike, and Dee Dee Whitaker, and Chris Leposki, and several others who worked tirelessly to get New Hope assimilated into the focus of Helen Ross McNabb in our community. And look where we are today, an interactive part of Helen Ross with continuing growth and expanded opportunities on the threshold. Mike, you have always been one of my favorite guys on the planet, and many of my peeps have heard me say that about you. Of course, it is in your DNA, you know. Your dad, whom I lovingly refer to as the Pope, has all your life set an example for you, instilling in you the intent, the goal, the mantra to do great things in this community. For God, your family, your friends, your employees, your neighbors, and for people you haven't even met yet. So tonight, Mike, let me say that I greatly appreciate you. I respect and applaud you. I'm so proud of you. You absolutely deserve to be honored by Helen Ross McNabb tonight with the coveted Hope Award as your trophy case continues to grow. So keep making it happen for all of us, Mike. Cheers to you, and God bless.